And you know, we're back again. This time, we got a blog, and I need you to give me some comments on this, because it is really, to me, it is really unbelievable. It is really totally unbelievable.
It touches a lot of faults with our country and our industrial complex. And it says, I recently read an article that said a large portion of arms used by the Mexican cartels is coming from the US government. That is true. And it says the Obama administration has blamed local gun shops, where do you get the source for that, but along the US and Mexican border. Okay, true. But it makes more sense to indicate that a large portion of the U.S. arms are sold to the Mexican government, true, and falling into the hands through corrupt ministries and defense officials and local state police.
That's true.
They said that we sell more arms to Mexico than Iraq and Afghanistan.
That's one of the issues that really gets me. That we are fighting in a country and we are trying to help the people out. We supply them with guns and everything, but somebody who we are not fighting, and they're supposed to be, you know, our neighbors, we're selling more guns to them than the people we're helping out.
You know, it's unfortunate when we send all of our jobs overseas, but there's only one job that we like to keep local, and that's making munitions. Now, I recommend people go out and watch. You can Netflix instantly Lord of War, all right, with Nicolas Cage. I know, I don't want to scare you because I said Nicolas Cage is in it, but surprisingly, this is the 1 out of 1,000 that wasn't bad, all right? And we have the military-industrial complex, and we sell arms to everyone and their uncle.
Yeah, but the military doesn't sell it.
No, the U.S. government does.
The government.
Okay, that's all we sell. That is the only thing we sell. That's the only thing we make here locally. That's the one, our biggest exporter is weapons. Google it, people. Weapons. And so what do we need to stay in business? Just like if you're a drug dealer, what you need to stay in business are people addicted to drugs. And if you are the U.S. government, what do you need to stay in business? War. Perpetual war. We sell so many weapons. And keep this in mind, when I was in Iraq, we handed out a buttload of weapons to the Iraqi locals. And also, as opposed to shipping them back, it costs money to take our weapons back when we leave a territory we've occupied. We leave them there. Or we try to sell them to the locals. Or we try to sell them to the local criminals or the drug lords. We don't care. It costs more money to get a ton of M16s back than it is to either demo them, and then that way we just make more to replenish them, or we sell them to the locals, or we just leave them there. That has been the U.S. policy. So yeah, we sell a lot of munitions to the to the Mexican government, but I guarantee you, we sell a lot of them straight to the cartel, all right? Because we sell a lot of them straight to the drug lords in the Congo, and we sell a lot of them to all these drug lords, you know, and warlords. I mean, just like Lord of War, you know, Nicolas Cage was selling all this U.S. weapons, all right? Now, granted, we need a middleman, and that's why in the very end, it's like, I'm not going to go to jail. I'm backed by the U.S. government. Because if I go to jail, I'm going to say, who's my supplier? And who do you think it is? The man at the top who's prosecuting me. So, this sucks. But you know what? If you don't like the idea of the drug cartel shooting us with American-made bullets, then how about this? Let's put the drug cartel out of business. In fact, let's just stop the whole war on drugs in general. Let's legalize weed. I'm sorry. We had, in Arizona, we had, a couple weeks ago, I did emergency response to a scene where 2 Border Patrol dudes were killed. They were hit by a train down in Gila Bend.
Right.
It disturbs me to know that 2 lives, and this is not necessarily their particular scenario, but 2 lives were lost. For what? You know, chasing down some illegal kid that maybe had a backpack with weed? I mean, really, people? Is that worth it?
No, they don't, the American people have gotten so used to
the routine, status quo.
You know, just gotten so used to being confused by the government. This one's saying this, and this one's saying that, and this one doing this, and this one doing that. that, you know, and then you have things like this minister of finance who rapes these women, and all of a sudden he's sitting up in some luxury place just
On house arrest.
Yeah, on house arrest. You
Well-
know, and you got you know, kids, and I'm talking about kids in some of these foreign countries that are going around with weapons.
Well,
I've
it's,
seen that.
you know, there is a big difference, and we can do another show based off this, about the difference between blue-collar crime and white-collar crime.
Right.
Because if I go rob a Circle K for, you know, $20, I get sent to jail, okay? If Blackwater lies and robs the US government for $3 billion worth of illegal arms sales, they get a fine of, let's say, $4 billion. You know, as the judge would say, oh, well, you only stole $20, so you know what, pay $50 to Circle K, and it's all okay. No problem. You know, or let's say, you know, the SNL scandals.
That doesn't happen.
Let's just
like
say
that.
the speculators. I mean, you realize when gas goes up because of Wall Street speculation, we may feel it at the pump, but other people die in other countries because they're starving, because there's no more money to ship the food to places in other countries, and people literally die. All right, and it's the same thing. Our war on drugs, our prohibition, which has been failed, it's been proven failed, is a constant chain of supply and demand jobs. And you got to think about this. Okay, we've employed a lot of people with the war on drugs, but we've also killed a lot of people. Okay, the amount of drugs circulating hasn't changed. If anything, it's gone up and made it worse. But you know, is the bottom line, monetary wise, worth the exact same price as helping people? You know, are they the same thing?
There's no
Because
justification.
the war on drugs may make money for some, but it's killing others, and it's ruining lives, and it's ultimately the goal of getting drugs off the streets and out of the hands of kids fails every single time. It's a failed policy, just like abstinence only. So you know what? If you have a problem that the U.S. government is selling weapons, well, then we need to start making cars or making solar panels, or we need to make something else, because right now that's the only thing we make. And also, we need to legalize weed. So who cares if the cartels can have all the guns they want, as long as they have nothing to sell here, they don't need to shoot us. Plain and simple.
No,
Let's
right.
put them out of business, and who cares how many guns they have?
And the thing is that these foreign countries are not going to come over here with those same weapons and kill us. Why? They'll let the drugs do it.
Yeah, exactly.
So anyway, until the next time, Sergeant Lamb,
Hoorah.
yours truly, Adrian Dante. Keep these papers coming. We'll keep talking to you about them. Take care.